Have you ever gotten up out of bed and, well, first off, let me back up. Have you ever woke up and you were laying in bed and you start to think about just a few of the things that you had to do on your to-do list today, and you just scratched that routine and you just woke up, got out of bed, followed your morning routine, the robotic mode one. All of you all know what I'm talking about because you have one where you get up and don't even think. You just go wash your face and you brush your teeth, just, that whole routine, you make your bed up. Yes, it's one of those mornings this morning. So, as you can see from my description and, well, not the description, but the thumbnail, yes, I definitely do have the coffee intact, and it's just one of those mornings. I am not sure, guys, if it's even 6 o'clock or not. I'm not sure. So what I'm trying to do is get back to a more normal routine as it relates to trying to record these videos and keep them consistent. So that is how we are operating today. I am hoping that this video is recording. I see the time increasing, so hopefully that's a good thing. But yeah, that's kind of what we're doing today. But anyway, I just wanted to kind of get that get that off the plate. But as you can see from this video, we are going to be doing, I am even on the wrong sheet, so I know I need to get to drinking this coffee, which let me do that. Ooh, it's good. I actually am trying a different coffee today because my daughter, the one that's in college, decided to buy another brand of coffee. So we ran out of my brand, so I'm having a cup of her coffee, and it's actually good. For those who don't know, when I have a cup of coffee, it's just regular coffee with a smidget of French vanilla creamer, the international brand. But I know that is so off topic. See, that's what happens when you get up and you just get in robotic mode. But we're going to bring it on back into this week 2 budget projection for the month of June. All right, that's what we're doing today. I'm on the right sheet now. So for those that are new to my channel, welcome. And for those that are not new, welcome back. I am going to populate my sheet up on the screen so that we can follow along with, so you can follow along with me as I go through my budget projection for the week of, second week of June. Friday, June 10th, 2022. For those that are new, I get paid every single week. Therefore, I do a budget projection and a budget recap every single week. Although I may not bring it to you guys on the camera, I consistently do my budget recaps and projections. It is those things that get me through the weeks, the months, the years. All right, so let's get going here. Now you should see populated on your screen my week 2 budget projection. All right, these tend to be a little lengthy, so let's dive right in. I do not have a motivational phrase today because we're just going to use my little introduction as a motivational phrase, meaning let's just continue to try to be consistent with whatever we're doing in our lives, especially as it deals with our finances. All right, week 2 budget projection, Friday, June the 10th, 2022. First item up is the mortgage, $281. Security bill, which is the alarm system on this primary home. I do have a rental property as well. It is $26.95. Netflix, $17.99. Auto insurance, $54. Student loan, $100. College spending, $25. And I do have a note out beside that. We'll explain that in a few. Debt monies, $348, which will be from this week's paycheck, but you also see the plus $304. That is from last week's pay. So basically this week I am going to be able to pay $652 extra dollars on the principal because I will be making the monthly payment this week. Explain that a little bit further as we go back up and deal with the mortgage. All right, next is the children's lunch, $30. And I'm going to have to probably revisit this one because I will only have one in high school next year. I'm not sure if they are going to require that they, go back to paying for lunch, because I see that the world is starting to try to get back to some form of the old normalcy. But yeah, I will be putting aside $30 for their lunch because I at one point had 3 in school and they were all paying full price lunch. So we're down to 1 who will be a senior, but I am still going to put that money away because you never know. If not, then that will be extra money that I can put toward debt or another transaction, savings, investments, whatever. Because I have been saving that $30 probably for the last, 2 years. I think we're actually a year and a half. They have not been able to or required to pay for lunch. All right, so that's that. Household expenses, $194. Now that is cash that I pull out of the bank every single week to put in categories in my wallet that range from food to pet supplies, everything in between. Toiletries, eating out, blow money, school supplies, whatever. So of course, as I just stated previously, I am going to have to go back and revisit some of those categories because life is changing. All right, next we have the children's savings account for $28.50, homeowners association fee for $6.70. I have a minor Roth IRA for that last child that's still in high school for $20 a week. And last but not least, the cushion amount for $26. For those that are, I know you're used to seeing that $26.15. I decided to just forego the 15 cents. No reason. I just decided to make it a whole number. So for this week, our total amount is $1,462.14. Okay. Now, I typically leave $12.61 in this account every single week. This week isn't going to be any different. So since our total amount for this week's transactions is more than the amount I leave in the account each week, we're going to have to subtract and find the rest of that money. So let me show you how we're going to do that. $1,462.14 minus the $12.61 that I leave in the account equals $201.14. The way I'm going to find that money out, for those that are, you already know, I'm going to pull that money out of the bills savings account portion of this account. This account is my operational account. It has a checking portion and a savings portion, which is just like any normal account. However, this entire account is used as my operations account. So the savings side of this account, I save money in it for upcoming bills because I have, as you can see, or as I stated, $12.61 is what I leave in the account every single week. So if the money is not used or I don't need to pay the debt, that money goes in that account. So that's how that account continues to grow, and that money is sitting there for me when I need to make payments in this manner. So when the amount is more than the $12.61 that I normally leave in there, I just go in there and pull that money out. Ebb and flow, ebb and flow. I put money in there some weeks, the bill savings account, and I take monies out some weeks. So that's how I'm able to keep that account padded, and the debts and transactions and expenses get paid every single week based on that strategy. So I'm pulling that amount of money out. As you can see, I have in parentheses on paper because that's not going to be the final thing that I'm going to do. But just for transactions and calculation purposes, that is what we're doing so that we can make sure we stay on track. That's step one. Step two is to go back up through these expenses and put a PA, which means put away. Mean I'm not utilizing that money this week. I need to put those total amounts away to pay for those expenses in another week, which is what I just explained. So I'm not going to read all of those items, but you do see all the put away items there. That's step two. Step three is to come back down and calculate all those put away items. So we're going to look at the line with the PA with the pink circle around it and the blue cloud. So that total PA amount is $217.65. So now you see two numbers with blue clouds. That means those numbers have a relationship. Now in this case, we have one number. Well, remember, I need to pull that money out to help me satisfy the debts. But I also need to put some monies away because I will not be paying for those debts this week or expenses. So what we're going to do is, let's look at the next to the last line. We are going to have to subtract those two numbers because those are two different actions. $217.65 minus the $201.14 equals $16.51. That amount needs to be put away in the bill savings account right here on paper. And that is because, remember, your answer is always going to take the action of the larger of those two numbers there. Okay, so the largest number was that amount that I need to put away. Therefore, your answer is going to be the amount that you need to put away. All right, so that's that. That's step 3. Step 4, go back up through the transactions again and put a purple triangle beside the items that I will be handling this week. You can see all of those items listed there. And actually, I'm not going to read through those, but there are going to be a couple I want to focus on real quick. All right, here we go. That mortgage. I pay my mortgage regularly on the second week of the month. This is week 2 budget projection. Therefore, I will be paying the monthly payment, the regular monthly payment. So as you can see out by that first line, my regular monthly payment is $843. So I will be paying the $843. However, out of this week's check, I only projected $281. So of course, I'm going to have to go find that money somewhere else. So once again, let's do the calculation. 843 minus 281 equals 562. As you can see, there's a note out beside that $562, meaning pull the money out of the bill savings account. Yes, I know y'all guessed that, okay? Because that is the place where I would need to go. I just explained that if there are not enough monies in this bill's checking account, I have to go to the bill savings account to get the money. So that's what's going on here. However, I did put it on paper in parentheses because that's not going to be the last thing I do with the monies at the end of the day. Now, as you can see on the sheet, there are two numbers with yellow lines under them. That means that they have a relationship. We'll talk about that relationship in a few. However, let's go down to, remember I was telling you about the debt monies, that debt line. That $348 will come out of this week's pay. The $304 I had saved from last week's pay was sitting in the bill savings account. However, I'm going to bring that out this week. So the $348 plus the $304 equals that $652. That's going to be an extra amount that I am going to put toward my principal portion of my mortgage this week. So that's definitely going to be fun. That entire $652 is going to go directly toward the principal. So that's where that happens at. Now, one more thing I want to talk about is that college spending account, for $25. What I'm going to start doing, as you can see, I have the words tuition account written out beside that. I actually do have a tuition account for my children that are in college. I'm going to start dumping that $25 over in there for the summer because although it's earmarked tuition account, it pays for cheerleading fees, anything to do with college. It pays for, whatever they need as it relates to college. So that's where that money is going to go this summer. There's no need to continue. I was putting it into my daughter's account so that she can buy gas or get an oil change and that kind of thing. I'm not doing that anymore. She actually has 2 jobs this summer, so she can take care of her gas and oil in her car. I just bought the youngest son a vehicle, so we're getting him acclimated to what he needs to do to take care of his car. He has a job as well. Yes, they're going to have to get some of this stuff off of mommy's plate because mommy is already paying insurance for both of their cars, and they're both teenagers. One is 16 and one is $19. So yes, she already has a hefty bill, but it's not real bad. But you know, if I can teach them to help out, then I would do that. So that's what they're going to do as it relates to those vehicles. Now, my son, who just graduated from high school, doesn't have a vehicle yet. We're still doing the, learning to drive thing, and we definitely got to get that taken care of because he too has a job, but he's not driving yet, so I have to take him to work. So yes, we're going to definitely master that skill of driving. Not really looking forward to buying yet a third car, but hey, life is life. I had the 3 children. They all need to drive and be independent and get to work. So hey, I will have to handle that. So that is that for that debt, that tuition amount. So that's kind of what we got going on. So now let's get back to those two items or transactions with the yellow lines under them. That $562 up top is the amount that I need to pull out, but the $16.51 is the amount I need to put away in the bill savings account. So let's do our calculation. Very last line. $562 minus $16.51 equals $545.49. That is the amount I need to pull out of the bill savings account this week. And you guessed it, that number gets a full yellow box around it because that is actually what I will be doing this week as it relates to monies. I will physically be pulling or moving that $545.49 out of the bill savings account to help me to take care of all of these expenses this upcoming week. So that's it, guys. That's all I have for my budget projection this week. I know it was a little bit lengthy, but I do like to talk through these numbers, which is what I also do inside my head when I'm writing these things down, because like I said, it is a budget projection. You cannot rush through your numbers. You want to make sure they're accurate. You want to make sure you're doing what you need to do with your money. So please let me know if you have a budget technique. If you're interested in this one, send me a message below or reply to the email that's in the description box below, and I will definitely get you hooked up with this method. There are also a couple of videos on this channel that describe how this method works, so you can go back and take a peek at those as well. But I am going to end this video now. This is Dr. Mommy Budgets. Also, please subscribe to my channel. Like this video. You know you like it. All of those things are free. Just do it. Help me to get this message out to more of us that need to learn to budget and to do better with their money. This is Dr. Mommy Budgets, where we dream big but start small around here. I will see you in the next video. Peace.